Today's lesson is on multiplying fractions. After today, you'll be able to interpret and compute quotients of fractions. First, we're going to look at our key idea for multiplying fractions. Multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators. So, for example, we have 3/7 times 1/2. That would be equal to 3 times 1 over 7 times 2. 3 times 1 is 3, and 7 times 2 is 14, so our answer is 3/14. We can also look at this as A over B times C over D would be equal to A times C over B times D, where B and D do not equal 0. For our first example, we're multiplying fractions. We want to find 1/5 times 1/3. First, we're going to multiply our numerators, 1 times 1, and then we're going to multiply our denominators, 5 times 3. 1 times 1 is 1, and 5 times 3 is 15, so our answer is 1/15. Now we have a couple of additional examples. You can pause the video and try them on your own, or you can follow along. We want to multiply, and then we want to write our answer in simplest form. For number 1, we have 1/2 times 5/6. We're going to multiply 1 times 5, and then we're going to multiply 2 times 6. 1 times 5 is 5, and 2 times 6 is 12. So our answer is going to be 5/12. 5/12 is in simplest form already. For number 2, we have 7/8 times 1/4. For this problem, we're going to be multiplying 7 times 1, and then we're going to multiply 8 times 4. 7 times 1 is 7, and 8 times 4 is 32. So our answer is 7 over 32. 7 over 32 is in simplest form. Now we're going to look at our second example. We're multiplying fractions with common factors. First, let's look at our study tip. When the numerator of one fraction is the same as the denominator of another fraction, you can use mental math to multiply. For example, 4/5 times 5/9 would equal 4/9, because you can divide out the common factor 5. Now let's look at our problem. We're going to find 8/9 times 3/4. First, we can estimate. We can say that 8/9 is about 1, and we can say that 3/4 is about 1/2, and 1 times 1/2 is 1/2. We also could estimate this as saying that 8/9 is about 1, and that 3/4 also is about 1. Since 3/4 is right in the middle, we could also round it up, so we could say that our answer is going to be close to 1. This will probably tell us that our answer is going to be somewhere between 1/2 and 1. So now let's look at our problem. 8/9 times 3/4. We're going to multiply our numerators, 8 times 3, and we're going to multiply our denominators, 9 times 4. We can then divide out common factors. First, let's look at the 8 in the numerator and the 4 in the denominator. We can divide both of those by 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1, and 8 divided by 4 is 2. Now we can look at the 3 and the 9. The 3 and the 9 can both be divided by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 9 divided by 3 is 3. Now that we have simplified, we can multiply. On the top, we have 2 times 1, which is going to be 2, and on the bottom, we have 3 times 1, which is 3. So our answer is 2/3. We can then check and see if this is reasonable, and 2/3 is approximately 1/2, and it is in between 1/2 and 1, so we know our answer is reasonable. Now we have a couple of additional examples. You can pause the video and try them on your own, or you can follow along. We want to multiply, and we're writing our answer in simplest form. For number 3, we have 3/7 times 2/3. First, we're going to multiply 3 times 2, and then we're going to multiply 7 times 3. Before we multiply, we can see if we can simplify, so we're going to look for common factors. You'll notice that in the numerator we have a 3, and in the denominator we have a 3. We can divide both of those by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So I'm going to change both of those to 1. If I look at the 2 and the 7, they don't have any common factors, so I can go ahead and just multiply now. 1 times 2 is 2, and 7 times 1 is 7. So my answer is 2/7, and 2/7 is in simplest form. For number 4, I have 4/9 times 3/10. I'm going to be multiplying 4 times 3, and then I multiply 9 times 10. Before I multiply, I'm going to see if I have any common factors. In the numerator I have a 4, and the denominator I have a 10. I can divide both of those by a common factor, and that common factor would be 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. Now I'm going to look at the 3 and the 9. Those also have a common factor, and that common factor would be 3. So I'm going to divide the 3 and the 9 by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 9 divided by 3 is 3. Now I can go ahead and multiply. 2 times 1 is 2, so my numerator is going to be 2, and now I'm going to look at my denominator. 3 times 5 is 15. So my answer is 2/15, and 2/15 is in simplest form. Don't forget to fill out your notes, and remember to watch the video again if needed.